Hey guys, I was tagged by Natalie to do a 10 Things You Don't Know About Me video. And I apologize now. I've been up for, I don't even know, 17, 18 hours. And I worked 13 of those. I'm a little tired, but I want to get this done because I have to go back to work tomorrow. And I know I won't get it done tomorrow, she tagged me in another video last week, and I didn't see it till today, so I have another video to make, which won't be tonight. So quickly, number one, I can play piano, flute, and trumpet. Well, I should say I used to be able to play piano, flute, and trumpet. I haven't tried flute or trumpet for about 20 years. I started piano when I was 5, and I played flute from the 4th grade to the 9th grade. I wanted to play, well, actually, I wanted to play drums, and my mom wouldn't let me because she said girls don't play drums, which we all know that's not true. I could have been a famous drummer. No, probably not. But I chose flute instead of violin because I have scoliosis, and we were afraid that I would have to go into a back brace and I wouldn't be able to tuck the violin. So I chose flute because you sit straight up when you play it. So like I said, I played that till the end of 9th grade. I was first chair for most of that time because I don't want to be second, third, or fourth chair or more. I always wanted to be first. So towards the end of 9th grade, I wanted to be in the jazz bands. I was in all the bands: marching band, pep band, concert bands, except jazz band. And there weren't any flutes in the jazz band, so I decided I wanted to play trumpet. So a friend of mine, her brother let me borrow his. It was actually a cornet, but that's what I practiced on, and I practiced a lot. And I taught myself how to play the trumpet, and I started. By the time I went back to school, my 10th grade year, I think I was third or fourth chair. By my junior year, I was second chair, and by my senior year, I was first chair. And I was also in like all city concert bands. Anything I could get into, I was in. I tried out for a lot of things. Did a lot of competitions. Yeah. Anyway, so I all my life was going to major in music. I was going to be a music teacher, and when I say all my life, I say most of my life through elementary, junior, and high school. It's not like, and every now and then I changed my mind, but then I always went back to music. So I majored in music, music education, and a while into that, I decided I was starting to hate music because when you major in music education in particular, all you do is eat, sleep, and breathe music theory. You learn about Gregorian chants and all the history of stuff, and I just felt like it was just too much. It was being shoved down my throat, and if I was going to continue enjoying music the way I had been enjoying music, I had to get out of it because I thought if I stay, I just may never play anything ever again. So I got out of that, and I play the piano still every now and then. Not like I used to, though. My fingers are stiffer. I'm nowhere near as fast as I used to be. But it's all good. It's still sitting in my living room out there, and every now and then I sit down and I play it. My trumpet and my flute are packed away somewhere. I probably should sell those because I probably won't play those again. I did buy a guitar, and I have plans to teach myself how to play the guitar if I can find time to do that. Let's see, number 2. The VSG surgery was only my second major surgery I've ever had. My first surgery Well, actually, I had a little bit of a surgery, if you want to call it that. I had my wisdom teeth out. They tried to do it in the doctor's office, and I felt them cut into me, and I freaked out, and my blood pressure skyrocketed. I was about 17 at the time, and so I ended up having to go to the hospital and be put out to have my wisdom teeth out. But I don't call that really major surgery. So the first major surgery I actually had was I had bilateral dermoid cyst in my ovaries, which is um, I'm not going to explain. It's kind of gross. So if you want to look up dermoid cysts, you can do that. But they were in my ovaries. They were the size of oranges, and that was a little over 5 years ago. I had a wonderful gynecologist who admitted that if he did the surgery, he would have to cut me open, and he probably would not be able to save my ovaries. So he referred me to someone at Miami Valley who was actually teaching other doctors how to use the laparoscopic, the Da Vinci's, what they called it, stuff, I don't know. So he basically peeled, this may be too much for you guys, I don't know, but he peeled my ovaries like grapes and took out both of the dermoid cysts, and then put my ovaries back together and put mesh around them and all that, and essentially he saved my ovaries, which at this point may not really matter because I think I have cysts growing on my ovaries again. And I have chosen, I'm not going to do anything about it until it gets to the point where it hurts too bad. And then I'm just going to have either a hysterectomy or, I don't know if they'll just take the ovaries out. So I personally feel like they should just take it all at this point. I don't need it. Let's see. Number 3. I am the youngest of 3, and I am the only girl. I have 2 older brothers. One is about 5 years older than me, and the other one's about 3 years older than me. My mom says, thank goodness I was not a twin because I was quite the handful growing up. She said I was harder to raise than my brothers, and I believe that because I was quite the handful. Sorry, Mom. But you gotta admit we had fun. Gives us something to talk about now, right? But I always wanted a sister, but in truth, if she'd been anything like me, they probably couldn't have handled it. My mom would probably, I'd have to bake her cookies and take them to the behavioral health unit wherever she may be. So maybe it's good there's just one me. Number 4. I had my own business for a while before I worked at the hospital. I've been at the hospital for a little over 8 years now. Back between like 2001 and 2004, I was going to Weight Watchers. I had lost like 110 pounds. I had a website called Amy's Adventures, and it's still out there if you want to look it up. I don't update it anymore. The recipes are still there for free. People kept, I would make recipes and people would say, oh, you should make a cookbook. And I was like, oh, no, that's too much trouble. That's just way too much work. I don't have time for that. And eventually they talked me into it. So I didn't make one cookbook. I made 2. And actually I was starting my 3rd cookbook when I started working at the hospital. And I was self-published. A guy in California, he printed the cookbooks for me. And then he mailed them to me, and I took orders and I filled the orders and mailed them out. And I did pretty good. I would sell boxes of like 50 or more sometimes to Weight Watcher leaders. I had a pretty popular website. Most people who were in Weight Watchers at the time knew who I was. I'm not trying to sound big-headed or anything, but it's funny because my mom and we went on vacation to Hershey, Pennsylvania, and we decided to stop into a Weight Watcher meeting. I didn't want anyone to know who I was, and we were sitting there, and this one girl kept looking at me, and she was like, are you Amy from Amy's Adventures? And so next thing you know, I'm up and talking about my story in front of people, and, A lot of good that did because I gained it all back plus some. But long story short, anyway, I had my own business. And the reason I stopped doing that was I needed insurance. And I thought, I'll get a part time job to help pay for the insurance, health insurance. Because when you're self employed, it's expensive. And then I got to thinking, why not just let them give me the insurance if I pick up a couple more days a week? And so I started at the hospital. I did both jobs for almost 2 years, and it was just too much. I was working late at night, coming home, printing off the orders, filling the orders, getting them ready for to be shipped out in the morning. I slept for a couple hours, got back up, checked to see if any more orders had come in, and then I dropped the books off at the post office on my way back to the hospital. I literally never had a day off. And I don't live to work. Even though, I know I work a lot now, but not like that. That was nuts. Number 5, I don't have any tattoos. I've thought about getting tattoos, or at least one tattoo, but I could never decide what I wanted, and it's so permanent, and where would I put it, and could I handle the pain, because I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to pain. Most times. But a lady that I worked with, she was 65 at the time. I hang out with the older people. They're just more interesting, or at least I think so. I hang out with anybody. But she talked me into getting my eyeliner tattooed on because she got hers done and her eyebrows and said it tickled. No, it didn't. It hurt. And I would never do it again. Yeah, I'll never do it again. If this starts to fade, I won't go back for a touch-up. I'll get my pencils back out. Am I glad it's done? Sure, I like having not to have to do my eyeliner every day, and I leave out of the house, and sometimes, like today, I don't have any other makeup on. It's just eyeliner. But yeah, I wouldn't do that again. Number 6. I am a huge Harry Potter fan. Love Harry Potter. I like Twilight and like the Hunger Games and that kind of stuff too, but I love Harry Potter. If I got a letter saying the train was going to take me to Hogwarts, what time shall I be there? And can I go get my wand now? Because, I really, really would love to go to Hogwarts. I'd take every one of those classes and I would excel in every one of them, let me tell you. Even if they were hard, I would study because, man, that looks like fun. Let's see. Number 7. I love crafts. I have done polymer clay, resin, stained glass, scroll work, like for wood with a scroll saw. I did that till I sawed down the middle of my finger one time. That was a while ago, but that was fun until I sawed into my finger. I like any crafts. If I see something like on Pinterest, I want to make that. So I have a craft room full of stuff that I have been interested in over the years. My craft room is full. I don't know if I could fit anything else in it. In fact, I just bought some scrapbooking stuff because everybody's making these smash books, and I want to make a smash book. And I already had some scrapbooking stuff. I've never actually scrapbooked. I just bought the stuff thinking I was going to scrapbook. So I've pulled that stuff out and bought some more, and I have like 2 boxes worth of stickers and stuff that I'm currently working on this smash book. And I'll share that with you guys. Could be a year because I only have like 4 pages out of it done, which it's 2 things. Like one's all just weights and one's rewards, and it's 2 pages. Well, actually, the weights is 4 pages and the rewards is 2 pages. I'll share it with you. I'm working on it. I get about a page a week done, maybe 2. You'll probably forget I said this before I show it to you. Number 8, I had braces growing up. I had a very narrow mouth. So when I was, I don't even know, 7-ish, I don't even know. I'm sure my mom can comment and correct me if I'm wrong. They pulled 4 baby teeth, like here and here, because my mouth was so narrow. Then they put a paper clip like thing that had to go and get adjusted every now and then in the roof of my mouth, and that widened my mouth. Then when my permanent teeth, the baby teeth that they pulled came in, then they pulled those permanent teeth too. And then I got braces, and I had those for a couple of years, and that's why I have the smile that I have now. The bottom teeth aren't as straight as they used to be because I didn't wear my retainer like I was supposed to. Sorry, Mom. My mom says, like, my smile costs a lot of money. I probably should not share some of this stuff since my mom watches my videos, but I think she's kind of figured out I don't wear my retainer. Let's see, number 9. I'm usually pretty quiet when I meet new people. You know, like I met Natalie like a week or so ago, and I felt like I knew her though from her videos. But if I don't know you, I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm pretty quiet, and it's usually because I'm probably hanging back and watching to see how you act, to see if I can be me. Because, you know, these videos, it's hard to really truly show me 100%, because I'm just talking, you know. Now, if you just hung out with me, you'd be like, oh, you know, Amy's kind of nuts. No. I mean, so I've been told. I don't know. I like to laugh, you know, so yeah, I probably am a little bit nuts. I say some crazy stuff sometimes, but it's fun, you know. I mean, who wants to be boring, you know? Pull the stick out, let's go, you know. So let's see, we're to number 10 already. I love languages. I'm not fluent in any. Probably not really even English either. You guys have heard me use words in the wrong places sometimes. I watch my videos back and I'm like, what'd I say? Like, where'd that word come from? That doesn't even make sense, you know? But I don't edit it because, you know, who cares? I'm horrible in math, but I can learn languages. I do rather well in them. I mean, I study, but I love languages. I did really well. I took 2 years of Spanish in high school. I took another several classes in college, and I really wish I'd stuck with it because I really did well. I mean, like I had like a 99 or 9. I think I had like a 99% in the class. I also took sign language, and I really wish I'd stuck with that too, especially now because I have an employee who is deaf. And I mean, we communicate. I still remember some words, and you know, we can always finger spell with the alphabet. But you know, I liked it so much, and sometimes I think about maybe even going back and taking classes for it. But you know, the whole time thing, I don't know when I would do that. I took Japanese once, just one class. I did not. My ex-husband wanted to take Japanese, and he talked me into taking it with him because he wanted a study partner. Well, I ended up getting a B, and he got a C, and yeah, that was hard. I mean, I know English really is like technically the hardest language there is because we have so many meanings for the same word, but the structure of the sentences was way different than Spanish. Yeah. And the only thing I remember from Japanese was moshi moshi o genki desu ka? And that's how you answer the phone. You know what the funny thing is? I'm horrible at math. Just horrible. My mom could tell you about that too. All the hours we sat at the dining room table, me crying, saying, I just don't get it. You know, it's stupid. Yeah, I hate math. And, but I like foreign languages, so it's funny. I mean, I have no problem learning those compared to math. So that, I am 20 minutes into this, and maybe I can cut some of it. I'm sorry. I know I have been rambling. I'm so tired. That's the end of my 10 things that you don't know about me. Well, you do now, so. And I'm not tagging individual people because, like I said, my brain's a little dead right now. So I tag you if you're watching this and you have not already been tagged. So, all right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.